All right, here we go. Match of the day. We have Virtus Pro and BDS, and it's already been stated at this point, but this is the top 3 rated players inside the EML League. BDS has Freck, who's the number 2 rated, and then on VP we have Pasha, coming off a 21 kill game performance on Chalet. He's the number 1 rated player in EML, and also always has been absolutely fantastic. I believe that's also their IGL, who's the 3rd rated player in this lobby. So VP with 2 of the top 3. Freck obviously number 2. This is going to be an absolute frag fest on a map like Border. VP should have lost Border. Did end up winning against Fnatic 8-7 earlier in the season. Probably could have lost that game. And BDS also coming off an 8-7 win against G2 and Skyscraper. This could be a good one. And it should be. This is match of the day, absolutely. Prediction? VP. But I was not impressed with VP's Border last time I seen it. But I got VP. Oh, and we're on defense. We are going to see the same VP defenses. Dan loves the Oryx. He's able to contest downstairs early. You see the bathroom hatch open over here. So he's going to be able to contest against those early lurks that a lot of teams like to do. Passport up the east stairs. And so easy for him to just jump back up the hatch. Pasha on his signature Rooney at this point. Loves playing a Rooney. It's one of the hardest hitting guns on defense. Lots of really long angles. VP sets up a lot of good angles on this map. Looking like a different take here. Every single Border we've been watching has been doing the same take. Take the east side control. And we are taking east side control, but we're doing it in a very fast way. Blackbeard jumping in radio window. B's out on the east stairs. We're just running in. Shepard, who's playing on the suicide wall position, contesting east stairs, does fall, and they lose Brava.
Robbie took a lot of damage there, and I have a lot of questions.
Okay, we have east stairs. Now what, BDS? Yeah, now you have to be careful with losing players. Joystick finds a pick, and Dan able to rotate out of there. No mute on board. So they are going to get the archive wall open here. 3 Grim Breeze up. If VP backs up way too far, we might be able to see an archive plant behind the bomb. Grim Breeze to see if they're playing in Fountain. Hopefully one of them is able to go over. I think we know VP's kind of up to a little bit of a flank here. If they're able to hold this position, they can stop the plant going down in archives. Wow, really good trade position there from Always. Swinging out. VP just the kings of setting up crossfires, not putting anybody alone, making it extremely hard to win against them when they are defense. That's a good round 1. I like the idea from BDS, trying to go fast. Right, not playing into VP's little slow game. It's Border. This is a map you can go fast. All right, Tellers, VP's second favorite site here. I think most teams' second favorite site. I'm a big ventilation hater. Surprised we don't see enough customs. We see DZ pull it out, but we need to see more teams pull out customs. Not that bad of a site. Teams also don't have a lot of practice attacking it. I want to predict that we're going to see a sense off the triple wall, and Blackbeard is going to early entry behind that sense onto east stairs. But I don't want to be wrong. I don't know if we are going east. Trying to think how we're going to use this sense wall, though. Passport pressure, really common. And it does look like they won top floor. Majority of the pressure comes from the archive side. You don't usually see this. Oh, is this the stomping? Sense wall, run across to kill the army player. The stomping play. Pasha goes down. Love that entry. Freck with the backstab armory gets another one. Freck, another kill. Joystick almost can't just drop down to site here. They have to maintain on the top control, but should be pretty easy for BDS to clean this one up. Both players, you know one's at least east. They now know the castle's top floor. Could have dropped. He's pulling pressure. Shepard's getting a little bit more aggressive off east here. They probably don't know. Just kidding. Freck masterclass, 3K in the round, and a good attack from BDS overall. This is why I don't think VP's the best at border, is because this is kind of how you play attacks on border. You can always go very fast, lots of set pieces, and we're seeing BDS do that. Not giving them simple problems to solve. Instead, very, very cool executes that we're seeing. I always call it the stomping, because back on Unwanted, we would scrim against M80X, and they did this border play on us where you ash open the wall, which you saw right there, and you send an entry through that wall to the armory player and just backstab the armory player while you're pulling him. We saw Freka's ace, who probably threw an ace charge on the armory wall. You're trying to pull that guy's attention and backstab. Thought it was a very cool play, and I mean, just ever since then, of course, you got to call it stomping, right? Of course. All right, on to the vent site. One of the most rushable sites in the entire game, and especially on border. You have to bring a Warden here. You see Pasha bringing Warden just for that reason. And by this lineup, it looks like BDS is going to want a full clear. Pasha, he's sick of it. He's sick of these early executes. Going for the spawn peak. Works out. Taking down Robbie. Freck, though, able to get always. The number 2 rated player taking out the number 3 rated player right there. Huge. Absolutely huge. Interesting, because we're setting up for like a site pool, maybe even a site execute, with just Gridlock and Virtue at the front door with Capitao. But they need to be able to pressure, like they can't just go for a plant, because you have Warden above. So they have to be able to at least pressure top floor. This could be a little bit of a prepped attack. When we saw Fnatic play VP, VP was willing to give top floor control very, very quickly. Would just layer back onto site. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing here. Yeah, you see Dan, like wall's not even open yet. He fell. Right? So VP, or I'm sorry, BDS, only using like 3 guys to clear top floor. Control theirs. You see P4 in the bathroom position. I think they're going to rotate to a half take. Virtue. Looks like he's going into Passport. He's going to be the guy to hold blue control. Yep. Shepard's going to have angles from customs to be able to stop the plant through this wall. So we're going to try to go for plant mattress.
Well, there's a bit of an opening.
That is unfortunate for Lasmo. Holy cow. Just getting shot in his toes. At this point, plant's got to be off the table. You got to get a pick here. Looks like the pick that they want is this customs player. Shepard going down to P4. Freck's taking space up top, knowing that all players are downstairs. Virtue outside the front door. This is very good pressure from BDS.
So at this point, they're just going to hope that it's Tux here close and nobody moves in. No, go for the kill instead.
Freck with another one. Why is he going for a reload? Go for a plant? What the heck was happening there? Okay, that was so winnable for BDS. I'm not sure why he just stood there. All right, here we go. Warden banned. I like it. The way they've been playing, they have these site hits able to go. Warden ban is going to be very, very good for bathroom and in ventilation workshop, I imagine. But first, this top floor. I don't think we're going to really see anything too cheesy on this. However, Ying is up as well. Shepard's going to be getting off smoke and going to Tachanka. That drone calling that out right there. And he loves playing in this hallway to Tachanka. Absolutely loves it. Freebie fires. Normally people put those Goyos on top of the archive desk, but you can't get them from the dome. I think I had a TikTok ad about that. A little ticky-tocky. But those are also free. Just driving a Twitch drone in. All right, we're going to pull pressure here. Virtue's going to walk up the east stairs and try to kill Shepard, who's in the hallway. How are we going to pull? Okay, here we go. Flashbangs. Break goes down. Shepard is not aware. He's not aware. Backstab by Virtue. Here comes. Why did he stop? Why did he stop? Why did he not peek the hallway? Was okay. He sat there and held an angle instead. Regardless, they got space. Virtue goes down, but they got the space that they wanted. They have East stairs control. There's Dan doing his typical downstairs contest. We'll see him probably go back to top floor. All right, now we have break control. Now Joystick is the next target here in this take.
And I don't think Twitch has any drones left, so it's not going to be an easy way of getting rid of them. And Dan opens up with yet again.
Flashbang goes out.
Very well on that Goyo at the moment, and Robbie doesn't really know.
We're a little worried about this 90 pressure. Yep, and there's Shepard, and we should be worried about it. Not having anyone backstab the CC window seems like a little bit of a troll. You're Nomad. You can air jab the book's corner so the guy can't run out. You should be able to go to window. That should have been an entry somewhere. Instead of trying to walk through this doorway here without a Montagne. VP, really good crossfires again late round. Like I said, I'm not inside the team. I don't know what the team felt like they needed at that point. I've never heard a timeout kind of just sit in silence for 30 seconds. Sometimes the timeouts are to cool down, but I feel like at least some inspirational words or something. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm more of a fan of strategical timeouts, and you know, maybe on the paper was their game plan, right? Maybe it was step A, we're banning Warden. Step B, we're running Ying. But I do like what I'm seeing right here is we ban Warden. We better have a plan how we're going to abuse this right now. Virtus Pro gifted us by not banning Ying. Let's abuse this. So maybe they have their plan on a piece of paper. I don't know. Maybe we're afraid to kind of say it out loud because the whole like Julio comment.
Certainly last week against Matchco, that was an upset from all metrics.
I don't know. I don't want to hate too much.
I think, you know, upsets can always happen. You can always
either way, opening pick. They did kill Dan.
We'll just get a reveal utility, but a minute 20.
But this is the problem. Early pick and letting VP get the trade. This is the actual problem with our attacks. Now there's a trade, and that's Ying. That is 100% worth it for Joystick.
Candelas.
One common theme
Not
VP, and what they've brought in every lineup so far is the
Freck absolute masterclass though. Shepard with another trade. My God.
You know, that's what they're going for. Give themselves as many advantages in these gunfights as they can.
Now with a bit of focus here on towards top east and only 40 seconds.
Oh, the timing. Shepard looks away. Freck with another kill. Give it to him. Give it to him. Always. Number 2 versus the number 3 rated player again in the lobby.
They know roughly where they are and what they're watching, and they have an idea.
Always is absolutely clutch as well. 3 Kapkan traps in his pocket, by the way. Kind of wish he had those down right now for some of those entries.
The things that they need to work on. This is the main one from BDS of making sure that they have cover.
Window jump, easy. That was too easy for Always. Wow. Bomb going into probably the worst position there. Made that way too easy for Always. Absolutely clutch. Alright, really need an attack here, BDS. Really need to make it 4-2 at least. I think Virtus Pro did kind of struggle on attack versus Fnatic. 4-2 could be a little bit more winnable. We are on vents, and a little questionable again. We banned Warden. And we have 2 flashes on Virtue. There's no Solus here by VP. Like, this is absolutely free to bring a Ying, go sandwich window, flash top, and plant the bomb. Bring the Capitao, smoke yourself in a plant. Bring the Brava, hack the BPs. Strategically, I'm not liking this. We got the opening pick again, though. Lasmo takes down Joystick.
Lasmo using the demo, spots the man that they want. They set up.
Now here's the problem. VP always find the trades. Shepard holding the winner from below. Wait, he was too slow. But either way, Pashik. Every time, every single time, the #1 rated player doing what he does.
Of the fight,
And now this is a VP
doesn't
round.
Take it at this point because they gotta go and replace the already dead.
Oh my god.
But Pasha's
Players in this stage who are playing.
I just feel bad for BDS. How many opening kills they have.
Has more or less mudded BDS
And
in
then
terms of
just
what they
letting
can go for.
VP
You'll lose
in back in the
two
round.
information operators, Lion and Deimos, a very strong counter. You know,
And once
they're not
VP
very
have
strong
control of these
combination
rounds, it is
together.
over.
Take
So
off
good
the
at
board.
closing these rounds out.
Massive for Pasha. Now BDS
You
are
see,
just
they're outside vents here, all playing out of the site. So Sledge, breaching charges, none of this matters. We're out of the site.
They've lost those bodies now. They didn't get the kills that they
Dan
should.
able to hold the
They might
workshop
want
drop, and Shepard holding onto the supply
Well,
room.
with
So if
20
they try to
seconds
drop
left
into
and
cage,
7 players still standing, it's all up to the aggression to
somehow
play
didn't
for.
hear the
P4
bathroom player drop. That's a
gets
little bit of a
gifted down,
mistake
but
there.
they still need to get to the
P4
side.
might have got them
They're
back
not
into the
that
round.
close to it, and
Say
P4
that, and Robbie
down
now
below.
0-6.
Somebody else suffers
Pasha,
outside as well. It's just
triple.
Pasha with the lockdown here. Freck's
And it's
fighting the
over.
fight on both
Nothing
of them.
Freck can
Can't
do
even
in this
get to the
point.
kit, let alone the
Freck
sight,
first
let alone
Pasha.
the
Why
shot.
not? Why not a
Yeah,
Freck
he
first
gets the kill on
Pasha?
the end of it, but I
And
think
that has got to be an
the last
absolutely
one was gonna go.
tilting
Virtus
BDS half.
Pro, Demo.
One attack versus VP.
You said that they were in a good position for this.
We called a
I'm assuming you
timeout.
haven't changed your tune.
Nothing changed.
No, just
Literally nothing
VP,
changed with
VP.
BDS.
You know, I just think the way that they're playing the stage, but that was only the defense. This is
We
the
banned
side
Warden
where
out. I
would
didn't
be
see
more
us
worried
abuse
about.
it at
We've always
all.
said that VP
Not
have
a
been very
single game plan.
one-dimensional team with
And honestly, I'm seeing
but
no
watching this
talking
stage
happening
with
over
the
here.
additions of
Why
performance
ban the Monty against VP? Well, both these ops are very, very good East take operators, which VP absolutely love. You see Shepard generally play the Capitao. In the Fnatic game, he was playing Capitao almost full time because you're able to fire the East stairs, fire the suicide wall position. Monty, if Capitao's banned, Monty, also very, very good East take operator. I would expect them to play it. VP has been playing a lot of shields lately. And we're going to see that with Always on the Blackbeard.
You know, just staying to death now. The Monty and Capitao have been
So because we have no Capitao, got to go to plan B, maybe plan C with no Montan. We see Deimos and Joystick on the Grim, and honestly, I really like this operator lineup. I think they will be just fine attacking the East stairs still.
There we go.
Azami banned out, the strongest East op. Clash also banned out, and I love this drone. Love when VP uses this drone.
A very,
Like if we, no one has seen that before, it's one of the most broken drones.
You know, that kind of yellow
Calls all the util. You can get rid of any util, any aggressive players playing cat. Yeah, good drone play coming out of VP.
You just have to make sure that the Legions
And now we're going to start taking East stairs. One smoke already used out. Checking for a Legion trap there.
Is being used by Robbie out over towards Catwalk.
And how are we going to clear this smoke here? Well, I expect Pasha to Deimos track just like that.
just still trying to warn Pasha.
Robbie's worried about him being underneath. Pasha's on the roof.
He didn't understand.
Here comes nades. Here comes Grims.
On towards the window as a grenade, almost got the catch. The Deimos there as well. Buys himself
Love
at
this from
least
BP.
time to stop a swing on towards it, but
Showing that without the Capitao, they still can clear the spot. Pasha now going underneath. If that player goes back into that spot, he's going to be cleared. Ooh, but they don't know Virtue's under here. No drones under VP. No, Pasha surely knows. Surely knows.
That is a chunk of the other utility, but
Absolute standstill right now. I wouldn't bet on Virtue to move first. But he does, and Pasha has a drone on him on the bathroom hall. Oh my god, VP's drone game. Jesus.
On that engagement.
They both know where each other were. It's just a case of swinger v swung.
At this point, BDS is going to start just swinging. They're going to feel like they need hero plays here. After VP get East, they clear break. They go CC. We're seeing that exactly here. All of the control is theirs. 40 seconds left. Dan on the AC is going to be the backstab position. Pasha underneath the workshop can just scan anybody in sight. Still got a track. Track going out. Going out on the Legion, who's playing on the Armory Wall. The Armory Wall player being targeted now.
But in the meantime, things have sort of gone away. Robbie finds
BDS, little mid-round aggression. Late round aggression at this point, actually. 20 seconds left. VP, of course, in the late round here. And this is good. They're stalling out. This is exactly what we saw out of Fnatic as well when they played.
It's pressure on the opposite side. Drop the hatch and slip.
He knows he's got to come up metal.
With the goo mine in foot.
But he's not giving it to him.
Doing here? Pasha is desperate for this engagement, and two players there.
Bomb's gonna go down though. Shepard! Shepard! Oh my god!
Slips away with the pistol, gets the rotate.
Nah, you can't stick that.
Lasmo pulls off, but pistols at dawn right now, Demo. One bullet goes for the reload.
Shepard with the AK-12, one of the best guns of the game. Pre-fire! Pre-fire! Oh.
Pre-fire for last move.
Wow, BDS needed that one. Holy shit.
But that was almost an unbelievable clutch for Virtus Pro.
That would have been insane from Shepard.
Shepard moment, wasn't it?
Oh my god.
yeah.
One of the most clutch players for so goddamn long since I played the game. But overall, some takeaways from the round. 1, Robbie got a kill. He's on the board. 2.
Actually bought time for Shepard to go for the plant, but
Oh, sorry, he got 2 kills.
you know this right here. Oh, almost for
But
Shepard.
second, they just gotta force those late. Like normally, forcing late rounds is not good against VP. They're the kings of late round, right? They got a bomb plant down and almost won the round. But in the Fnatic game, they struggled. Fnatic, early aggression, get a pick, fall back into their bunkers. VP could do absolutely nothing at that point. So that's what I expect BDS to take away from that game in their prep. And we are seeing operators that kind of reflect that as well. Waste a little bit of time. We got Mirror up. We got this Valk up. Oh, chat. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are we seeing here? VP fast round. Didn't check Troy Canadian spot. Hello? Robbie? We're gifting him his 3rd kill of the round. Robbie with another. With 3. Oh, my God. We felt bad for him.
And as the pop-up pirate is slammed down.
Do I believe my eyes?
You still have, I mean, Robbie with not a lot of help.
We're just running in with Blitz?
Step in, don't let them get comfortable.
Holy cow.
Let's connect, one on East.
New look VP.
They want to play on contact as soon as the fight starts. Drone work is missed. Robbie, no, surely not. No. But it's a 2 versus 1.
But very unlikely at the moment. As long as they do not give him these 1v1s.
BDS screaming, don't peek. Dan, 417.
Really quick. I mean, the blitz.
And if he knows you're in the corner, which, God, this looks like VP's got the intel.
It's picked off because of that.
Oh, he saw his foot. Surely.
I was going to say he misdroned him, but ends up shooting the drone and does give his position away.
Kid is outside, has seen
This is a scary 2v1 here.
Focus here is on kills.
I'm not going to lie. This gun will absolutely chunk you. We just need to play a crossfire here. 1 ping. What are we? No one's there.
But we don't know where the Valk cams are. We don't know what they still have eyes on.
I like it. I like it from BDS there. Just double swing the guy. I like that. Yeah, to shoot the blue outlines. Exactly. All right, here we go. BDS, a little bit of a comeback. This is why I was saying, man, they only needed like 1 more attack round, and this could have been a pretty close game. It's just me or the VP guys just reacting insanely quickly to stage. Like 2 people just had instant react and flick kills, even with Peeker's advantage on some of them. I mean, VP, like that's the thing with VP, and that's why they perform so good at LAN. They have like some of the most mechanically gifted players playing on VP. That's why they can play the way that they play. Like you try to take the VP style and put it on like some T3 teams or something, like it just don't work. A lot of times they do get bailed out because of how insane their gun skill is. All right, what is this, Vents? Again, one of the most rushable sites, but I want to say VP's not going to rush it, but at the last round, we saw a rush. Maybe in the future. We are going to see a little bit of a clear, though, and it's usually the same as their armory clear. Take East, take Break, take CC. We're seeing the drones all over CC right now, and BDS should just layer at this point. We're not contesting East. Warden contested CZ for a little bit, already fell back. Oh, looks like he ran back into security room, actually. Here comes the Deimos Blackbeard, though. This guy just got to leave. Just waste time. There you go. Nice and simple layer from Freck. All right, once you get CC control, you can use it. That was almost a really good cutoff. But yeah, you can use it to clear office as well through the fountain rotate. Like we see wall bangs there going out. That was actually a really good cut. Just didn't get the kill. Is there 1 more player up top? Oh, there's a few more players up top. We still haven't cleared armory side. Okay. All right, VP. Now we have to clear armory archives. Come on. There's 45 seconds left. This is slow clear. So slow. BDS, avoid gunfights as much as we can here.
only 30 seconds left.
Case is down.
Jeez,
Oh,
this is the-
just don't
the
give
back
VP
swings
kills.
on
There's
net.
20
It's
seconds
on
left,
Frank.
guys. They don't have any vert.
Locks out Robbie suddenly.
They don't have any vert. They just had a flood.
Turned this round into a bloodbath.
Oh,
Versus
man.
Pro.
VP just won another round out of pure gun skill.
Well, as he's in a post
Classic.
plant. Okay.
Classic
As he's barely
VP.
in a post plant.
Absolutely panicked there. There was no time. Yeah, nah, just power him. Yeah, just start swinging. That's exactly what VP won. Yeah, one of the most VP rounds there was. You're right. Absolutely slow, taking absolutely forever, and winning just from pure gunfights. It's like the other team just gets bored playing against them. Like it's kind of what you train as a coach when you're playing against VP. The whole sit on your hands simulator is what we'll call it. Like literally sit on your hands.
And you just don't want to give them that because
The round is won after we layer back to a certain degree, and at that point, it's like, don't get bored in those late rounds. Stop swinging things. You're literally bailing the attack out of the round. You have to be, well, I mean, you can't think of it as a player, technically, but like you should almost be thinking like, okay, round is in our favor, like 70% here. How do we lose this round? And that also helps you think of like win cons. Like, okay, they can't win. The only way they win is if they do X, Y, Z. And most of the time, how do they win is if we do something stupid. And that was pretty stupid. Oh, the paper was telling them to win. Oh, forgot about that. All right, back to top floor. They looked pretty good on top floor last time. Looks like they're playing the exact same strat. Jaeger playing the main hall spot. Only and they did bring out a counter for the demo. So I was about to say, only question is there's no way they would just run it back, right? Same main hall spot. But they brought mute. And there should be a mute jammer. There is. Robbie's now able to play this spot without having to worry about Deimos track. Although Deimos did get banned out, so what am I even talking about? But it's going to be good for those Grimbees. Last time he got absolutely pelted with Grimbees, and Pasha's going to throw nades from the roof. Good smoke on the window. He's just waiting for him. He's like, where are these nades at? I think VP needs to add another way here, though, to clear this spot. And again, I'm a big fan of like even taking Zoe or Ash and just go underneath this spot and Ash or Zoe. Just, it's all soft floor. Instead of just util, you just, ooh, he exposed. Wow, really good find from Always. So, all right, guys, Freck's still alive. And Freck, oh. Okay, little mid-round aggression. We're tired of sitting back. Not bad to aggress when they are on East stairs, because usually, again, people overcrowd East. You can kind of work some picks when they just get East control. Freck is not leaving. Look at this man here in break. He is not leaving. He doesn't care that the wall's open. Okay, but he should care that the wall's open, because that's the #1 rated player in the world right there.
Slight angle working in Pasha's favor. There are 3 versus 2. All that's left to try and hold on. Nope.
All on to Virtue. 1 and 7 right now.
Highly experienced player, but he has not had
just fine. Yeah, I was gonna say just Blackbeard. Where's the trade? There's the trade. Pasha closing it out, and VP looked absolutely dominant on border.
And themselves still a top contender.
VP, or sorry, BDS, couple of rounds they probably could have won. They probably would have liked differently. But that's just what VP does. VP turns the unwinnable into winnable. They put a lot of pressure on you. And a good bounce back from VP after falling on Chalet to Matchka last week. Exactly what you want to see out of an S tier team. And that's why they're my GOATs.